Hi guys, it's Biblio-Bec and I'm here to review Girl in the Window, Penny Joelson. Why did I buy this book in the first place? I'm a nosy cow and I don't know who the girl in the window is. They say she doesn't exist. I like my thrillers. I haven't ventured out of my preferred genre on this one. Still a thriller, still a mystery, a proper page turner. So let me just give you a brief overview of what this book is about without giving spoilers away. It's about a girl called Kezia. She is a year 10 schoolgirl, so about 15, 16. And she has a condition called ME, which I don't know how to pronounce the full scientific title. However, I'm going to write it somewhere. It'll be, I don't know, written somewhere for you to read yourself. Kezia finds it hard to keep energy throughout the day. That's one of the main symptoms, or how ME presents itself. The patient has lack of energy, or gets lethargic, or gets tired really easily. So in the beginning of the book, Kezia's homebound. Kezia can't really venture out of her own home. She spends most of her days in bed. She has a private tutor who comes and does her schoolwork with her. She doesn't go to school anymore. So she sits in her window most of the time. So anyway, one day while Kezia's sat in her bedroom window, she witnesses an abduction across the street and she reports this to the police. And Kezia believes that when she looked out the window and witnessed the crime, there was also someone living on the opposite side of the road from her, a young girl around her age, if not younger, who also would have witnessed the crime and therefore directed the police to this girl's house. However, when the police went to question the girl, the family who live in that house, there's a young family, so 2 parents and a little newborn child, they denied that there's any such girl. So that strikes up curiosity in Kezia, and this is where the book begins. So at the beginning of the book, the girl in the window is described to us as a ghost, which is genuinely what I believe that she was. The family denied her, there's no explanation, she just stands in the window, no expression. I just thought she was a ghost, I believe the book. However, you start seeing things from the girl in the window's perspective in her chapters, and also Kezia is having none of it. She does her own research, she gets in touch with neighbours, she gets on the internet, she reads the newspapers, anything that she can to try and find out who this girl is and why she's being denied by the people that she lives with. So yeah, I forgot to mention that this book is a dual narrative, which makes it more interesting. Okay. The majority of this book is in Kezia's perspective. The Girl in the Windows chapters are really, really short in comparison, so we don't see much from her perspective. The fact that the Girl in the Windows chapters are short keeps us going. It leaves cliffhangers on every single chapter. She keeps dropping subtle hints throughout, and it just drives you crazy. So that's basically the extent of the whole story. We've got Kezia, who recruits friends, family members, neighbours, anyone that she can really to solve this mystery. And then we've got the girl in the window whose story develops as we read on. We learn more and more about her from what Kezia finds out and also her chapters. And yeah, the ending is quite shocking. I'm not going to give any spoilers, I'm not going to tell you who she is, that's for you to find out. I want to move on now to the feel of the book and more of a critical analysis of the book. So yeah, it's told in the eyes of a year 10 student, or year 10 students. This makes it less poetic. It's very basic, this story. It's just a story, it tells you what's happening, and that's as far as it goes. It is what it says on the tin, basically. I think the vocab in this book is quite basic. It just serves its purpose as telling the story. There's no beauty or aesthetic or poetic language used. I personally think there are quite a few missed opportunities to use more sophisticated language in this book. Maybe Penny Joelson intentionally did this, or maybe not. We won't ever find out, probably. But it's just my opinion. Kezia is quite kind-hearted. She plays a big hero in this book, you'll see it if you read it. She's quite a hero, she does anything she can to help anyone. From the way that her parents are portrayed and the way that they've raised her, you can tell that she's had quite a sheltered life. And then there's the flip side, so there's a girl in the window and she's seen the complete opposite. She's seen darkness and there's a lot of depth to her issues that Kezia couldn't even dream of. So there's a massive difference in the two characters in that, what's the word? In that respect. So yeah, if it was me, I would have used that opportunity a bit more wisely to create that connection between two characters, that they're like polar opposites. But that's just me. I'm not an author, I can't do what she does, so who am I really? Obviously each their own. Some people might say that the language used in this book serves its purpose, it tells a story, that's all we need it to do. But yeah, I think it could have been slightly different. I think the characters are portrayed quite well, so you see how the characters act in the present day and then also the things that they've been through that has an impact on how they are. Especially with the girl in the window, so she has quite a nervous disposition. You can see that from the way she interacts with people, or in some cases doesn't interact with people. Some characters I still have questions about, but they're the less important characters, so I suppose it doesn't really matter to the story. Kezia's dad being one of them. He is quite traditional and a father figure and a man of the house, and his opinions about his son kind of relate to like his masculinity, and it can be quite toxic for the family. There are a lot of things about the father that I don't understand personally. He comes across quite jokey and jovial, and Kezia looks up to him quite a lot. I think she really respects her father. However, he's quite strange. I would have liked to find out a bit more about him. Maybe there was a bit of a backstory to him, even if it was just dropped in somewhere. But yeah, it doesn't really matter to the story, so why does it matter? Would I recommend this book? This is where it gets difficult for me, okay? Because I really enjoyed this book. I read it in 2 days. I found it really hard to put down. I got withdrawals from it when I wasn't reading it, and that to me is how I know that a book's good, is when like it's all I can think about. So this definitely fits in that category for me. It was a really good read for me. However, for people who don't enjoy thrillers and mysteries and would rather read something a bit more classical or poetic or heartwarming, then I would say that this really isn't for them. So I would recommend it just to certain people. I'd be quite selective about who I recommended it to, basically. All that's left for us to do now is give this book a score. Okay. So, it has taken me, I'm not even messing with you now, it's taken me days to come to this conclusion, okay, because parts of me can't stop thinking about this book. Other parts of me feel a bit not let down. That's a bit harsh. But it hasn't like amazed me. It hasn't like completely thrown me off. I think it's just the fact that I warmed to some of the characters, and I don't know, maybe I'm a bit sentimental about this book because it's the first one I've read, 2019. So it was really hard to come to a conclusion, but I'm gonna give it, right, final decision now. I don't want to phone a friend. I'm giving it a 6 nuggets out of 10. Reason being, as I've said, I couldn't put it down. I personally enjoyed it. The story was good. The characters were better. Some language opportunities were missed personally. So I think 6 is about right. I've read better and I've read worse, and I think this sits quite nice and comfortably in the middle. So guys, thank you for watching. If you have any opinions on this book, if you've read this book and you want to tell me what you think about it, there's always the comment section below. So yeah, if you've read it, I want to know what you would give it and what you think about it. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit the little bell, and I'll see you all really soon. I'm currently reading The Children Act by Ian McEwan, so that'll be soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Even more of a reason to ring my little bell. I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching. I've been Biblio-Bec. Cheers.